Did you know that elephants only sleep for 2 hours out of every day? R-A-N-T. Rant. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm doing alright myself. I know it looks like I probably haven't showered in about 3 days, and that's because, well, it's because I haven't. But that's because I was having a really good time this weekend and just kind of forgot to shower, I guess. I don't know. I had a good time this weekend, though. I went and saw some friends who moved away to college this September, August, I'm not sure. But yeah, so I was visiting some friends at college and had a lot of fun. And yeah, it was good times. And I just have gotten home and realized that I needed to film a rant, so I'm doing that right now. And I want to start off today's rant by saying that I went over all your comments from last week's rant and your suggestions for things I should write in the letter to cleverness. And I thought they were all really good, and I'm going to use all of them, or as many as I can. However, I'm not going to write it right now because I'm doing this right now, and I'm not going to film myself writing because that would probably be really boring for you guys. So, let's get started with today's topic. Today's topic is science versus religion. Now, I know you guys probably think I'm an idiot for trying to take on this argument, but I'm not actually taking on the argument of science versus religion. What I am actually going to do for this rant is I'm going to express my frustration to both sides, and I'm going to explain to both sides that they both have flaws, and they both have reasons for people not to believe them and reasons for people to believe them, and that they also both can be used together because they are not always one or the other. So I think we'll start on that note. Religion. Science may sometimes seem like your enemy, but science is really not your enemy, and here's why. Science has helped save lives in many ways, and science is continuing to make the world a more awesome place to live right now. Science is also helping to improve the way we treat the Earth, because if we don't treat the Earth the way we should, then we're really being bad people, because we're destroying the planet we live on, so we're killing ourselves, essentially. Science can also be used to help religion in many ways. Science people don't get angry at me for saying that. If you look into it, there are ways that science can prove religion right. One of my favorite examples is the fact that fossilization is more likely to occur when things get crushed in one big sweeping motion of water and rock and all kinds of stuff smashing onto one thing and, well, not one thing, but, you know, smashing onto something and petrifying it, basically. And you might say I'm an idiot for saying that because, you know, fossilization is supposed to occur over billions of years of, you know, it's supposed to progress over a very long period of time. However, there is a case, I will put the link in the bar wherever it is beside me, below me, around me, or above me, of a hat that a miner left in a mine many years ago, and the mine collapsed after they left the mine maybe a couple weeks after they left, and when they went back to open the mine again because they needed to get back in to keep mining, they found his hat and it was totally fossilized because of everything falling on top of it all at once together. Going back to that article about the hat, by the way, it says that it took place over 50 years, not a couple of weeks, that the hat was in the mine. But still, it's proving that you don't need millions and billions of years to fossilize something. Religious people also need to keep in mind, mainly Christians at this point, need to keep in mind that in the Bible it says, and I quote, Ecclesiastes 7:13, take a good look at God's work. Who could simplify and reduce creation's curves and angles to a plain straight line? Now what that is essentially saying is that if someone will just study the Earth and study the galaxy and everything, that eventually it will lead to them believing that this couldn't be an accident. And science people, I know that me saying that probably really irritates you because you say that studying science will actually help you realize that it is a mistake and it all is just kind of a chance that we're here. But if you watch a documentary called, I actually don't know what it's called, but there will be a link in the bar wherever it is beside me, below me, around me, or above me to an article that goes on about the documentary. And essentially what happens in this water documentary is that they prove water responds to human emotion and interaction, and it can actually make water healthier or unhealthy for you just by the way you talk to or treat water. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's been scientifically proven, and this scientific experiment kind of leads more to the proof that there is something else going on here that we don't know about, or maybe we do know about and are just choosing to call it hogwash. So now that we're done with that point, let's get on to the next one. You both need to stop blaming each other for bad things that have happened in history and are happening today. Science, you need to stop blaming religion for all the bad things that are happening in the world. You need to stop blaming religion for people killing each other. Because the main purpose of religion is not for people to hurt and kill each other. The main purpose is to make the world a better place. Yes, there are confused idiots out there who are using religion for the wrong reasons, but I'm pretty sure you can say the same thing for science. There are some idiots who are using science for the wrong reasons, i.e. Hiroshima got blown up by a bomb that was created by scientists. Sure, it ended a war, but millions of people died from one bomb. And I know you don't care because it was in another country and it didn't affect us at all, but life became very hard for people over there, and it's still affecting people today. All that radiation crap. Science is the reason guns and weapons were invented, basically. Without science, you wouldn't be able to create these things. And yes, there have been massive religious massacres in the past, but more and more people are starting to smarten up and realize that religion is not about money and power and wealth, and it's not about all those things that make us feel better. Religion is about making the world a better place. And so is science. That is what the original purposes of both things are. And yet they both seem to clash with each other all the time. Which really confuses me because they both claim to want to make the world a better place with everyone who's in the world. But religious people, here's a little FYI. If you run around carrying signs that say God hates everyone who is not religious, you are not making the world a better place. You are filling the world with more hate. And it's not like we don't have enough of that already. And people on the science side of things, if you keep pointing fingers and calling other people wrong and saying that no one is right except you, you're never actually going to get anywhere because you're not going to be able to admit mistakes. You're not going to be able to admit the fact that you might be wrong. And when you're not able to admit the fact that you might be wrong, then what are you? Random pedo-smile face. Because believe it or not, no one is willing to listen to someone who only thinks that they are right. Which is why people have such a hard time listening to religion and believing in religion, because most of the time they go around saying, we are the only people who are right and God hates you because you are wrong. And like I say with people who are on the science side of things, religious people also need to realize that they could be wrong. I am honestly sick and tired of seeing these debates of people about telling each other who is wrong instead of both people saying, okay, let's just try and make the world a better place. Because whether or not there's life after we die, we do know that there is life now, and for some people, life now sucks. And whether or not we believe that those people are going to have a better life when they die or not, we should try and add more happy moments to their life now, just in case this is all they have. And even if this isn't all they have, it still sucks to be alive and not like your life. And both science and religion can help make that better for anyone. You just need to shut up, get over your pride, and try and work together for once. And religious people, in case you think I'm being stupid, Proverbs 16:18. Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Point is, guys, one of you is going to be wrong in the end. Whether or not you have a lot of good points or not, one of you is going to be right in the end, and you're going to have to deal with it. I mean, the possibility is that you'll just be dead and won't have to deal with anything, but if there is life after death, you'll have to deal with that fact. We only have so much time on this earth, and if we just spend it bickering and calling each other wrong, then we're not going to get anything done, and we're just going to waste our lives. So stop arguing. Please. Anyway, now it's time for Bum Bum Bum. Today's Support the Hater goes out to a YouTube user named LeWiff2. LeWiff2 is 20 years old, joined YouTube December 5th, 2007, and lives in Canada. LeWiff2 left a comment on one of my videos saying, "You could not be more of a fag." Is that a challenge? I hope so, because I could totally be more of a fag. I mean, all I have to do is talk like this, and put emphasis on everything, and kind of act like a little bit like a girl. Oh my gosh, why would I not act like a girl? I mean, come on. I could also paint my fingernails, put on some makeup, wear a bra and panties, and put a wig on, but I don't actually have any of that, so I can't do that because I live in a house that's mostly men. I mean, the only woman that lives here is my mother. Leave Brittany alone! I really am worried that that's going to offend a lot of people, but please note that I did it out of humor, not out of hating gay people, because I don't hate gay people. So please support this hater, because without them, that video would have had one less comment. And now for today's shout out. Today's shout out goes out to a YouTube user named Sorax Kakashi. Sorax Kakashi was the 10th person to comment on my last video. Congratulations, Sorax Kakashi. Shout out to you. Remember, if you'd like a shout out on one of my videos, just be the 10th person to comment on this video, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out in the next video. And if you'd really like to comment but don't have anything to say about anything else I've already talked about in this video, here is a weekly Would You Rather. Would you rather die and find out that one of the religions out there is actually right and find out that you're screwed and going to hell? Or just die and be dead and life is over and everything sucks and you don't get anything else? I personally kind of find that one to be tough because, you know, either way you're kind of losing. And that generally goes out to all the people who aren't religious, but I'm just curious. I really want to know what you would say to that. Oh, and also if you want to comment, you can comment a random face that you'd like to see me do. I will probably do it if you type it in. I'm going to write them all down, so I'll have a huge list and I'll do maybe one or two each video. So yeah, that's something else you can comment. Anyway, that's all I got to say for today and the rest of this week. I'm Isaac Oley, and thanks for joining me once again on Rant. Peace in. Comment and subscribe, comment and subscribe, comment and subscribe, and maybe favorite too.